Hi, I'm John and welcome back to my Lair of Action Figures. Today is going to be a video about what was revealed at the Comicon of New York and the panel of the G.I. Joe, of course. Without further ado, let's jump in. So, of course, we do have Pythona who was released. So if you're a premium member, they're really pushing you really hard to become a premium member. So if you're not, you will have to wait to, I think it's 6 days if it doesn't sell out before. So yeah, this one is available if you're a Hasbro Pulse member. If you're not, you will have to wait a little bit. Then there's this guy over here that I missed the order. I was not able to order. There was a lot of bugs going on and this thing sold out in 10 seconds. But I have a friend that asked him to look for some in his local Walmart, so I guess I will be getting him at a later date. It's a bit of a shame that it was so buggy, and there was some new security rules on Walmart that did not or prohibited me of purchasing this one. Now, let's have a look at what did they reveal and the pre-orders. So let's go on to the figures that are already coming out and going to be going up for pre-order. So we're going to be starting by our friend Big Globe. I started by this figure, even if he is the less interesting one that I have, because I am not a fan of the G.I. Joe movie. I thought it was okay, but nothing special. Again, so this character has been done. Now, something who's been very interesting about this character, he's going to be 7-inch tall, so that's going to be the tallest figure for now in the G.I. Joe line. So this is something very interesting. If you want to have a bit of a look, I will be doing a video this weekend for this week in action figures, and I will put a G.I. Joe figure next to a Super 7 because those are 7-inch figures. And you can be able to see the difference and give you a bit of an impression how big he is. So let's continue with some of the pictures. As we can see, he does have a grenade over here, and he's playing also basketball with one of the heads of the mole rats. Now, we're going to go on to the mole rat because this is a good transition for it. And here we have the mole rat. So, of course, like I said, I'm kind of a bit disappointed because this, for me, is a Super 7 cheap repaint style figure. I have no problem with the new head sculpt, having a few extra mole rats to go around, would have preferred maybe a bit of a different head sculpt. But why are you changing the uniform color? Is that because they are phase 2 and this energon energy is going to change the color of your suit? Yeah, it's a bit of a shame. I think this is something that is a bit of a missed opportunity over here. So let's continue with some of the pictures. Of course, like the previous one, it has some glow effects. Depending the light you have, it's a nice little touch to it. But like I said, cheap repaint, so not much over here to see. Of course, Cobra needed somebody to go and clear up their mess, so they needed to send in the Night Vipers. So of course, some pretty cool pictures, let's be honest, over here with a pretty nice diorama. Of course, we're looking at this figure over here, and he does look pretty impressive. Now, of course, if you had the original figure, you will know that you can remove the helmet. Of course, it works also with the 25th anniversary. But as you can see, there's the possibility to remove his night scope and give him this kind of a different vibe, I would say, to the figure itself. Let's have a look over here at another picture over here. So it looks like if seems to be there's going to be 2 different sights over here. So this could be a bit interesting. I guess this strip pops out like the original figure that they did back in the day. And of course, one of my biggest griefs with this figure is the fact of giving this huge sniper rifle. I mean, as you can see, he can't use his night vision, so this is something who's a bit ridiculous. I would have liked to see maybe a shotgun or some kind of other weapon than the sniper rifle. Would have made more sense, because you see now he has to go around carrying his rifle over here, and the only thing he has is this pistol to fight off any kind of person coming at him. So this is a bit of a shame, because you would have wanted maybe a MP5 or something similar to it to do some night assaults and have at least maybe also, like I said, the MP5 with the silencer. It is something that they have already given with Tomax and Xamot. So, continuing with some more figures, these are my two favorite ones I kept for last. So, of course, we have Hit and Run. Over here, as we can see, the bag opens up, so there's going to be some extra storage. As we can see, the knife fits over here, but I don't understand why did you put the hole in. If the other knife goes over here, why would you put a hole? I guess this is going to be something of interesting to see how it goes. Of course, over here they wanted to show you that they finally give the pouch. Now the problem is, yeah, you have one clip over here, and as you can see him going down the wrapping cord, well, he does not have an extra mag. So again, Hasbro's a bit cheap again, like I said. Cobra gets more love than G.I. Joe, so it's a bit of a shame. You could have given the extra mag. At least you did the effort of having this pouch, and it would make sense. But again, if somebody would be going in combat, he would not be going out with 2 mags because he would be out of ammo too fast and would be killed. So, of course, we have some more tactical pictures of our guy moving. I like the idea of the reload, but again, like I said, it's a shame that they didn't give us 2 mags. The kind of AR pattern rifle with a silencer, the small light on it. Yeah, it does really work. I mean, would he be walking with his grappling hook like this? Yeah, I don't think he would be really doing that if he's going to be doing some CQB or some other kind of form of combat. As you can see, he has his typical red goggles, so this means we're going to be able to put 2 different goggles on him. So let's finish by my favorite one, and this is going to be, of course, Lifeline. Now, Lifeline is a very interesting figure for me, and I really do like it because he is from 1986, and as you know, I'm a sucker for the 1986 figures. So of course the design is highly inspired by the one that they did for the 30th or 40th anniversary in the G.I. Joe line. Of course, this is why for the helmet comes off. The look that he has over here, would like to see his face without any glasses on. But it's a bit interesting, so you can put the goggles with, or the goggles with the helmet. This explains why for you got 2. You have his pistol. You have, of course, the medical kit over here that opens up, but we do not see anything for now. And we will have to wait for those pictures to come out. But as you can see, he is pretty cool. And the fact of the helmet coming off is pretty nice. And this is why for also finish with him, because we have a bit of a spoiler over here that we're going to be having a look at. So, of course, you have the green glasses that he is with the original figure from 1986. And also you can see the little light he has over here, that is over here. So, yeah, a pretty decent figure. But what I wanted to take a look at is the fact of getting the helmet removed. I was a bit scared that it will not come off, but it does not make sense that it will not come off. But again, a really great figure. Cannot wait to get them. Now, talking about getting them, here are the pre-orders for these figures. So they were going to be going up on the 14th of October, and it's going to be 1 p.m. Eastern time. So that for us would be 7 p.m. in Europe. And the big good news for all of these are going to be general releases, so you do not need to worry, and I guess it's going to be a lot cheaper for my American friends and myself, and also Canadian collectors out there that are going to be purchasing these figures, because this gives you the possibility maybe not to go through Hasbro Pulse due to the fact that their prices have gone up. Now, let's jump into the name-only reveals. So, of course, we're going to start by the first figure, who's a bit of a surprise. I didn't expect that. But here we have a female Crimson Guard. So, this is a bit interesting for the people who like this. One of my best friends does like the female versions of these figures, if we can call it like that. So, yeah, might be interested in picking one up. It would be interesting if they're going to do something a bit in the same style as what they did with the Valkyries. But by the looks of it, Hasbro is going to be doing every single version of the Cobra Troopers in the female version. I mean, why not? They're really trying to milk us out on this franchise. Let's jump into the second, of course, name reveal, and this is going to be Crazy Legs. Now, Crazy Leg is not much of a surprise, as we already got him with the Dragonfly, so it was only logic that we will be getting him in the regular version, and like we already got him in the Night Force, so not much of a surprise. Now, the last one is also one of my favorites, and this is going to be Zap. So Zap is one of the 13 original figures, so now we only need 2 more figures to complete it, and we are needing Flash and of course Grand Slam. Now the big one who's missing over here is Iceberg. Iceberg was a name reveal from the last panel where they announced of course Lifeline, Night Viper, the Mole Rat and all of that. And the thing is, they didn't announce Big Lobe, and I think Big Lobe took the place of Iceberg. It was a bit of a shame because it would have made sense to have Iceberg out there, but this is only a speculation on my behalf. But like Big Lobe was not announced, he's here. Iceberg is not. I guess that's the reason why we don't have it. So all these figures will be coming out in 2026. Let's continue with some more news from the G.I. Joe Classified series. So here is some more news from G.I. Joe Classified series, and this one here is the Nemesis Enforcer. Now, I think I did predict it. I've said that this was this picture that they did, where you had to try to guess. So I think I did it. I got it right on this one, and as you can see, this looks pretty amazing for a figure that I really do not like. But for the army builder in me, this one is pretty awesome. And the reason why I do like this figure a lot is due to the fact that he is really so many possibilities to build him up with the helmet, with the different parts on it. And this is something who's pretty neat for an army builder. The thing is, this means if you're getting so much pieces, this is going to be a $54.99 figure, if not more. And if you're going to be buying it through Hasbro Pulse, it's going to be $62.99. So the big question is, right to now, all the Cobra La figures were exclusive to Hasbro Pulse. So does this mean it's going to be a Hasbro Pulse? We will have to wait and see. So of course, here you have him all geared up and ready to go. The look does a bit look like some kind of Bugman from one of those Japanese TV shows. So yeah, I'm still a bit hesitating, but they did a pretty nice work on this figure. Now, continuing with some other news, here is the snow version of the Hiss tank. So, of course, when Hasbro did this Instagram series that they did, I don't understand why they didn't do it on YouTube. They clearly said, well, we're going to be redoing it, but it's not going to be a deluxe version. But frankly, when I'm looking at this, it does look pretty neat. And it does come with some extra items, like over here, the bash. Now, of course, I could show you, do you a quick view like this of this guy over here, but we'll be doing a bit more about it in this week in action figure news. So, of course, it looks like this is going to be basically the same as the Hiss tank. They're going to be less accessories with it. The light up will not work on it. Maybe the hook will not come down. Could you be able to open this? Would seem normal that you could. Does the panel come off? It's some interesting questions. You can see that there's also the same exhaust pipes to put in those missiles from it. It's going to be interesting. I'm speculating that this vehicle with the new prices coming up is going to be around $200, $199. Of course, that's $200 or maybe a little bit over $200. Lenny did announce that we were going to get a driver. If it's going to be the same driver as the Hiss over here, it can be a bit interesting. Also, something of interesting is they decided to go on the number 724, and the one that they did in the 25th anniversary line, who was the only version they did, is 296. So it's going to be interesting to see if we can change those numbers. Are they going to build up some troops to go with it like they did with the original HasLab? This is something that's going to be interesting to see. But as you can see, there's some extra guns who have changed compared to the ones of the Hiss. And as you can see, this looks to be this similar system that you have on the Stinger or on those mobile bunker sets that they did. So yeah. Kind of curious to see, but I'm betting on a $200 plus bill for this Hiss tank. Now, jumping into the last part, this is going to be what they revealed, something that they're working on. So this is an interesting concept, and if you look about it, this looks like something that can be held like a, and this is a color for an animal. But what is weird, you have some armor over here, and you have also over here some armor. So the question is, who are they going to do? And this is a very interesting question. So let me know in the comment section what you think this is going to be. But I'm rooting for maybe one of the G.I. Joe figures who comes with the dog. He was only available through the, what is it called, from the G.I. Joe Club. The reason why I'm thinking it's the SWAT officer, due to the fact that there's the handle here and that there's some extra protection over here. Could work as a bulletproof or blast effect protection. So this does make a lot of sense that it could be that, but I'm not really sure about. So yeah, that's why I'm thinking this could be Wide Scope, who's a SWAT K9 unit. It would make sense that he would come out, and afterwards he's pretty easy to make because he's mostly a kit bash of the other SWAT guy, who's of course, oh, I forgot his name. His name is going to come back. Oh yeah, I cannot remember his name like this. But you know who I mean, put it in the comment section. Yeah, so as you can see, this is going to be something of interesting to see what they're going to do. But again, Hasbro's been pretty good with the dogs, and like I said, it would make sense that it could be it, or could it be a Cobra who has also a dog? But again, this seems very far going forward, and we seem to be more focusing on the original line than going on to the 25th anniversary or 30th anniversary or the club exclusive or this Cobra I'm talking about who has a dog also. That's from the Rise of Cobra movies, so this seems very far out. Anyway, let me know in the comment section what you think about it. And that's going to be it for my video of my thoughts about the G.I. Joe Classified series who have been announced at the New York Comicon. If you like this kind of video, please leave a like, share, comment in the section. If you have any suggestions or any other videos that you would like me to make, please let me know so I can do it. Go and check out my Facebook page, Instagram page. Have some cool pictures over there. The links are in the description. Until then, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!